Hi, it's Ken Ham here, and if any of you watched my beginnings of my live broadcast before, we're on the Wi-Fi, and there are thousands of people in this building right now. Yes, it opens to the public. We're at Ark Encounter, and the Ark opens to the public tomorrow, July 7. But we've had our donors in here who donated to this. They come from all 50 states, other countries, 40 countries around the world, actually. People donated to the Ark Encounter, and we've had them in yesterday, to have a sneak preview. 8,300 people yesterday. Today, I don't know, it's much busier today. In fact, as we come over here, I escaped, actually, up to the top deck in the roof, where we're going to build a restaurant at some stage. You can just see the people. Look at them. They're in line just down there. That's the third deck. I mean, they're going to be lined up. They're lined up like that. They're through all three decks. And you know the words I'm hearing? I'm speechless. This is mind-blowing. I don't know how to describe this. It is unbelievable. I never expected anything like this. This is massive. Wow. And some people even said to me, are these timbers real? You know what they're used to? You're used to Hollywood making things look like it's timber, but it's not. These are real logs. The whole thing is real. This is the biggest timber frame structure in the world. And it is absolutely massive. And eventually we'll have a restaurant up here on the roof deck. You know, today I did 30 interviews by satellite. I sat down on the third deck, and this crew came in, and they had all of these interviews lined up with TV stations and some radio all across the nation, and we just did them one after the other. Some were 10 minutes long, some 3 minutes long. I was on news stations in different cities. Actually was on Fox Business. We're going to be on Fox News, I believe, tomorrow. We were on local TV stations. I was on radio stations, secular. In fact, most of the interviews I did today were secular stations. And as secular stations, you know what, I think just about every interviewer said to me, I want to come and see this, I want to bring my family. And there we are, having a look down through the middle. I don't know whether you can hear the music in the background. Well, we had music specially composed by a composer in Nashville. And right now we're looking into Noah's living quarters in here. And this has been such a popular exhibit. People just love it. The detail in there will astound you. I mean, it really will. I'd love to take you down there and show you what they've done. I mean, but if I do, I'll get mobbed because so many people are down there. So if anyone who's in the building right now is wondering where I am, and no, I escaped to the roof. The public are not allowed up here. This is actually not ready for any of the public come up here. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to go outside, so let's do that. We'll go out on the edge of the Ark. Eventually people will be able to come up and use the restaurant and walk out here. Okay, so let's have a look around here. You can see the big tents that we have up outside here right now, and see the lake. And you know, we've had some rain, and so the grass is growing so quickly around the lake, which is really good. That's tremendous. And we can see two of the shuttles over here that are lined up. And look over there at the guest services area, and that's where they're dropped off. So there's restrooms there, you can see in front of that. But here comes another shuttle now coming up from the parking area. Over here to my left, if you see all those colours there, they're the flags. We mailed out flags and said to people, hey, if you want a flag at the Ark, just sign it and send it back. And I think we've got about 30,000 of them there. You see this bus here that's coming up, and see the beautiful Ark mural on the side of it. It's a wrap. These buses are wrapped, as you can see there. There's three of those buses. We just had a storm come through, and it made everything nice and clean here. You can look out over the hills of Kentucky. Some of the zip line towers, they've got another one up over here. You know, the zip lines are almost ready. The zoo, really popular at the back. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it'll work. If it cuts out a little later, I'll explain that. But I'm going to see if I can walk up into the sail of the Ark and see if we can get up in there. And I don't know whether the signal will go all the way up. We'll see. We'll come back down towards the stern. I want you to look over at the parking lot. I'm going to ask my videographer to take her life into her hands and walk up onto the roof here. No, it's safe. But we're going to walk up onto the roof of the stern, and so you can see the parking area. I mean, eventually we'll have a reservation-only restaurant up the top here. And our restaurant that we built, 1,500-seat restaurant, it is absolutely amazing. to see that. Okay, so I'm up here on the roof. If you look over here, you can see the parking area, see all those cars that are there. Many people that have been here might have already left. We had people today tell us the Cracker Barrel restaurant in the area was absolutely slammed last night, and people were even saying up in Florence, 30 minutes away, which is towards Cincinnati, not far from the Creation Museum, that there are restaurants absolutely slammed, and saying, wow, all these people saying they're going to the Ark Encounter. That, you know what I say, get used to it. It's going to change everything in this area, because we're going to get thousands of people every day. Tomorrow is opening day. I tell you, it's going to be interesting. I think we'll have a massive number of people coming, and I think it's going to happen every day. You can see in the background there we've got all those lifts and some of the equipment we're using to build the Ark, and I mean there's still a lot of things to do around here. You see people walking around over there, going to catch the shuttles back to the parking lot. Those shuttles run all day long. For the first 40 days, we're going to have 40 days and 40 nights. So in other words, it's going to be open from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. And so if you want to avoid the crowds during the day, then you come towards evening and come over, and you can be here till midnight for the first 40 days and 40 nights. And
What was the most challenging part of building it?
the most challenging part of building it, you know, it's interesting. I was asked that by the secular media many times. What was the biggest problem you had? What was the most challenging part of building this? You know, here's the interesting thing. If we had been given a check for $100 million, we couldn't have built this any more quickly than we have. I mean, there's lots of challenges, finding all the big timbers and getting the Amish crews, 100 Amish craftsmen that came in and built this, and the architectural designs and the engineering and everything that went with this. I mean, there's all sorts of challenges. Anyone in construction knows that. This had its own set of challenges because nobody's ever built one of these before. Oh yeah, Noah did, but other than Noah, nobody's ever built one like this before. And so I could talk about all those challenges, but you know, the biggest issue to me was the misinformation spread through social media and through the secular media and even the Christian media by a small group of people who are making false claims and still making false claims that taxpayer money built this. Load of nonsense. I was able to correct a lot of that misinformation at the press conference yesterday. We had upwards of 200 from the media here. We got another 50 media coming tomorrow. We have well over 200 credentialed media that have coming, or been here or coming. There's going to be a lot more media from around the world as well coming. And the misinformation about the tax incentive program. You know, one of the things I said on one of the local stations when they said to me, well, what about the fact that, you know, you have to sign a statement of faith to work there? I said, listen, we're a Christian organization. You know what? Planned Parenthood is not going to employ someone who's a known anti-abortionist. I mean, they're not going to do that. And, you know, the American atheist wouldn't want someone like me, a Bible-believing Christian, being head of the American atheists. That would shortchange them. No, they want to have preference in hiring for people that agree with them. You know, the judge already ruled on this anyway, that under Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, religious organizations, we can have a religious preference. I mean, the First Amendment, the free exercise of a religion. And here's what I said. I said, okay, so we've employed about an extra 350 people here at the Ark. Those people have jobs here at the Ark. We've created those jobs. Those jobs wouldn't be available if the Ark wasn't here. But the Ark is creating thousands of jobs in the community, many more than are here. You know what people should be doing? Thanking us instead of criticizing us, because we're creating jobs in the area. This is a job creator, and it's going to bring in billions of dollars to the economy over the next few years. So let's try and do something a little different today. If you want to get ready for this, I am going to take you down to the bow. And now, if the signal cuts out, we'll just make it the end of the broadcast. But I'm hoping the signal doesn't cut out. I'm going to try to walk right up into the sail. That's 10 stories high, and give you a look out the back, because there's a window up there. Now, this is not open to the general public, but we'll see if we can do it. We're walking along the side of the Ark. This is so huge. It's really, you know, I tell you what is really fun to do. And when you come, if you get in the buses, or when you get in the buses, because everyone has to get in the shuttle buses, and there's these families in there, mums and dads and kids, and they're in the buses, and so you go down this valley. It's a beautiful trip. Even the shuttle bus ride, to me, is a real treat. It really is. And as we come down into the valley, and then you come up the valley, and you're sitting in those buses, I wait for it. And as they come around the corner at the top, as they come up, and then they see this massive wooden ship sitting here in the rolling hills of Kentucky, and you hear gasps. Wow. Ooh. Ah. I mean, it happens every time. I'm sure. I mean, I'm not in every bus, but I tell you, every one I've been in, that's what happens. See the buses over there pulling up? There's 4 of them. We have 11 of those shuttle buses. They're just running constantly right now. We're not even open yet. It opens tomorrow, July 7. And you can go to arkencounter.com to find out all the details and get information about ticketing. There's lots of different sorts of tickets now. We have an annual pass. I think a lot of people who can drive here, it doesn't take that long from where they live to drive here, or maybe within a day's drive or so. Actually, we're within a day's drive of 2/3 of the population of America. I think they'll buy annual passes. The annual pass includes the Creation Museum, and we're also selling a 7-day unlimited pass where you can go back and forwards from the Creation Museum to the Ark as much as you want. That gives you time to visit other attractions in the area. We're also extending the hours of the Creation Museum starting tomorrow as well, from 9 in the morning till 9 or 10 at night. We'll just see how the crowds go. We have to get our new parking lot built at the Creation Museum. We're trying to get that built, but it keeps raining. We keep getting these storms, which has slowed it down a little bit. Okay, we're going to go inside here in the roof. As I said, this is where there'll be a restaurant eventually. And what we're going to do, we're going to climb up these stairs, and I'm hoping the signal stays with us. And we're going to climb up these stairs, and we're going to go into the sail of the Ark. So let's see how we go here. Alright, so we're already, let me see, we're already about, right now, we're close to 7 stories up, and we're going to keep climbing up here to go 10 stories up as we go up into the sail. Seems like our signal is holding okay. If anyone has any questions, you could ask me. Boy, this is my exercise for the day, climbing up here.
When is the
So,
phases supposed to be done?
what are the other phases supposed to be done? Well, as soon as we get this opened, and we got some more things to do around here, some more things to add. If I sound like I'm puffing, because we're still going up. We want to start on phase 2, basically immediately. Already we have the infrastructure in for that. I get up here and I find they've already boarded up my window. Well, that's okay. If you could look out there, you would see the zoo and the petting zoo. It is a phenomenal view. And they boarded it up. They haven't put the window in yet. But that's all right. You're up in the sail. Look at this. You're up in that big sail. So the roof up here, that's 10 stories off the ground. It's just phenomenal. So just go downstairs. I'll tell you what I might try to do. Maybe we could walk down to the 3rd deck and just see if we can give you a sneak peek at some things. Oh yes, strollers are allowed, and you can rent strollers here. There's a company that has strollers for rent, and also those electric scooters, wheelchairs. There are lockers.
What restaurant will be here?
By the way, strollers, if they're double strollers, they need to be inline double strollers, not side by side. So another question was?
What restaurant will be here?
What restaurant will be here? Mzara's Kitchen. It is a 1,500-seat restaurant. Yep, you heard that right. 1,500 seats. I don't know of any other restaurant in the area that seats 1,500 people. And the decks outside, amazing. You can look over the rolling hills of Kentucky, or you can look at that massive ship coming at you. And it is a real restaurant. You come in, you go to the left or the right. It's an exhibit in itself. See these logs here, up here in the roof deck? I mean, you're seeing logs like that all through Mzara's kitchen because it's built with these big logs as well. So it's an exhibit in itself. And then when you come in, you go to the left or the right, and you'll see a most wonderful collection of taxidermy that's going to blow your mind. It's from around the world, animals from all around the world. So if our signal keeps...
What kind of zoo? Are there animals out there?
what kind of zoo? Yeah, in Ararat Ridge Zoo. There's no live animals in the Ark. There's lots of humans in the Ark right now, and they're not animals. They're made in the image of God, so they're very different. But we have zebras, we have camels and donkeys and alpacas and llamas and yaks and kangaroos. I'm an Aussie, we've got to have kangaroos. And emus and ostrich, armadillos. And we're going to actually have the camel rides operating very soon. Actually, I don't think the camels are here yet. The donkeys are, I believe. We're still waiting on the camels, and when they come, we'll have the camel rides. The camel ride area is ready. The donkey ride area is ready. The zip lines, I think they're almost ready. I'm not sure if they'll be ready by tomorrow. I'm hoping they will be. Okay, now we're going to get prepared to be mobbed. See how it goes here. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go down here. And okay, we can see. Let's go down here. All right, we still got areas to put in here, like some snack bars that are going in here inside the Ark. We're going to go down and we're going to jump the line here to one of the most popular exhibits. It's Noah's living quarters. So let's go down here and do that. You see all these people here. Again, the crowds are actually thinning. You think there's a lot of people here. The crowds are thinning out as people are starting to go home right now. So see some of my friends here. So let's go in here and have a look at Noah's living quarters. And you see here, okay, people just fascinated by this. This is Japheth's bedroom right here. And then we have over here another one of the bedrooms. Look at the figures there. I mean, they look so real. So you haven't seen those in here before. All the vegetables, and we come around here to the kitchen. You can actually walk through the kitchen area as you see here. We won't do that. We'll just swing around. See, they've got the railings up. You can walk through the kitchen here. We're going to come down here, and there's a dining area. We see one of Noah's sons and his wife sitting there. Let me just show you this close up so you can see it. Really amazing. So let's go down here and see all the people here. And we haven't opened yet. You can tell this is a popular place. There's Noah and a dove with an olive leaf in its mouth. Okay, before somebody says, why? Wait a minute, that's not a dove. That's a raven, it's black. See, people tend to think that, oh, doves are white. Wait a minute, that's only one species in the dove kind. And that's the point. We're putting here that Noah would have had the kinds on board, not all the species that we see today. So let's go down here and look at all the people that are down here going into the flood area. And you know what I just realized? I have to go downstairs because I've got to go down and meet one of the correspondents from Fox News. And we're going to be on Fox News. I believe I'm meeting Lauren Green, actually. And so I'm going to have to end the broadcast here. I've got to run down to the queue lines and meet Fox News. And I think we might even be live on Fox News tomorrow. I'm not sure. There's so much media going on. I just have no idea. And you can see there's lots of people here. These are our donors. I mean, for every deck, we have all these people that you can see here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to escape down the stairs here. So let me escape down the stairs, and that way we can end this broadcast as well. So here we go. Wow. All right. Are you excited? I'm excited. This is absolutely incredible. You know what? There's a minority of atheists. There's a few people going to be protesting tomorrow. As I say, people, hey, we have our scoffers, and we're going to have our own live scoffers. Didn't cost us anything. They're going to be there scoffing But that's okay. I don't know what they're doing to bring millions of dollars into the community. I'm not sure what they're doing to create jobs in the area. And you know what they're doing? They're out there protesting and criticizing us because they don't like Christians having the free exercise of religion. And so we're here exercising our religion. We're not banging people on the head with it. It's the atheists that are. They want everyone to believe what they believe because they have religion. They want to impose their anti-God, atheist religion on everybody. We're not trying to do that. We're presenting God's word. We're making the Bible real. We present the gospel. It's God who changes people's hearts. Whereas the atheists are out there, they want to limit free speech. They want to limit what we're doing. They're protesting against the Ark tomorrow because they don't want us having the free exercise of religion, as I said. And they're not out there creating thousands of jobs, which this is. They're not out there bringing millions of dollars into the economy, which this is. You know what they're doing? They're out there protesting that we're allowed to tell people about Jesus. That's what it's all about. Okay, so I'm going to end this broadcast right now. I've got to run downstairs and meet Fox News. So and hope to see you at the Ark. Sometime go to arkencounter.com, get all the details, arkencounter.com. Opening day tomorrow, July 7th, the 7th of the 7th, Genesis 7:7, and Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the Ark. That's why we chose the 7th of the 7th for the opening day of the largest, newest themed attraction in America. Okay, we'll see you again sometime.